welcome back to the Hot Girls and Hockey podcast. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, this is the show where we talk about all things hockey, the what to knows, the who knows, and everything in between. And welcome to the first episode of 2026. I am so beyond excited to be filming again. A lot has happened in the 2-week break that I took, but I had a good Christmas and a good New Year's, and I hope all of you watching did as well. If you do celebrate, if not, then I just hope you had some good time off of work if you did get that. Yeah, a lot of things have changed. For my video watchers, mostly for you guys. Audio, you guys don't have a ton of change. But for the people who are watching on YouTube right now, you will notice a couple of things. One, the camera angle is different. I'm further away. You can't see up my nose anymore. Not that you could in the first place, but you know what I mean. I'm not like as close to the camera as I usually am. Like I can barely see myself in like my phone right now, like because I use my phone to record. Another thing you might be noticing is a different sign behind me. So my beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, amazing, caring, generous boyfriend got me a new neon sign, I guess neon signs, for Christmas that say Hot Girls and Hockey on them. And I was so excited to show you guys in this first episode back. But if you can't tell, the learn and like the G or the H in hockey, you really can't see it very well. I'm hoping that I can fix it while I'm editing and I can just adjust it. So she's a work in progress. She also took a long time to figure out how to turn on because I have 2 remotes for it. And like one remote would turn one on and then leave the other off, and then the other remote would flip it so that the other, it was a lot. And I'm overstimulated and I'm hot and I'm wearing a hauling off shirt and a turtleneck underneath, and I'm just very sweaty and I need to talk about everything. That was a really long intro. But yeah, welcome to the first episode of 2026. I'm going to just do a hockey and chill today because my gosh, has my actual job really drained the energy out of me since I have been back there since the new year. It's been a lot. And so I had plans for a different episode for my first one back, but I think it works out a little bit better this way. So this episode will just be a hockey and chill, go over everything that we've missed in the past 2 weeks that we haven't talked about and that happened. And then next week's episode will be all about the Miracle on Ice. Not the movie, but like the actual USA versus Russia or Soviet Union, whatever, hockey game that happened back in, I believe it was 1979 or 1980. I can't remember. It was like in the beginning of the 80s. It's like, oh my gosh, it is such an incredible story, but I need to just get all my thoughts down in my notebook and have a actual timeline kind of written out for me. That way I don't fuck it up because I want to do right by these incredible men who played in this game. So be on the lookout for that. It will be good timing, mainly because obviously we have the Winter Olympics coming up, which I am very, very excited about. Even though I will get into this. USA's team, or I guess the gentlemen from the NHL that are playing on USA's team. I'll get into that. But let's get all the formalities out of the way. Yes, I'm wearing a fallen off shirt. Pause for the shirt. I'm gonna stand up, so give me a second. Connor Story and Hudson Williams and Jacob Tierney, you can take all my money, and Francois Arnaud. And yeah, and also if you heard the clinkling of ice, I do have the Sharks Cup back. It has a seltzer in it. It's all right. It's really sweet. It's supposed to be like one of those like rocket pop ones, but I don't know. It just tastes like sugar to me. But yeah, I wanted a fun little drink to start the year off with. But yeah, so grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's just talk. Cheers. Okay, so I don't even really know where to start with everything that's kind of happened in the past like week or so. I guess I'll just go over Winter Olympics first, just because I kind of already like touched on it a little bit in my intro. So yeah, rosters for the Winter Olympics came out for which NHL players were selected. No surprise there. Macklin Celebrini was selected for Team Canada. You know what? I did have a smidge of doubt that he would make the roster just because of how young he is. I mean, the kid's only 19, so he's like going up there playing with the likes of like Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon, which like you know, worlds and stuff. It's like, you know, they've shared ice before, and they've done good before. So I'm very, very excited to see how they gel on this kind of stage and to see how Macklin thrives, because the Winter Olympics are a lot different from like Worlds. We also just finished up Worlds Junior, so congrats to Sweden for winning. That was a little side note, but this is a whole different ballpark for Macklin, and I'm very, very excited to see how he, you know, plays and how he handles playing on this kind of worldwide level that he may or may not be used to. But I'm very, very excited for that. Very, very happy with the picks for Team Canada. However, then we go over to USA. And I share the opinion that I feel every other fan of hockey, whether or not you're a Stars fan or not, Jason Robertson, snubbed. The man is absolutely killing it right now on his team and in the league. And I was told that it's because they thought that he wasn't a very good defensive player. Which, I mean, if you look at his stats, it's, you know, he is a good defensive player, but not good enough for who the fuck to put together the team. So that was a massive snub. There are a couple other names thrown around that got, you know, kind of dissed by the whole roster. One, or I guess technically two names. I don't get why the Tkachuk brothers were put on the team. And this is coming from me, who used to be the biggest Matthew Tkachuk super fan. Loved the man. But then he told me that I couldn't call players by their nicknames. And so now he's public enemy number one. For also another number of reasons too. But the man has not played a game since the final. If you know what final I'm talking about, it was a Stanley Cup final back in fucking June. Yeah. Because he's been out recovering after he got surgery in the beginning of the off season. And so how are we supposed to know if he's going to be any good or even a valuable asset to the team? Like, being from a Stanley Cup winning team does not automatically make you like the best player ever. I mean, obviously you were one of the best players of that season because you won the cup. But he hasn't been playing, like I said. So don't understand why the fuck him and Brady were chosen, because Brady, he's an okay player. He's all right. I don't know. It's baffling to me. I don't know what the hell they are thinking with USA. Love my Captain America. Obviously, Austin Matthews got put on it. No surprise there. But yeah, so those are very interesting. I wonder what the status is on the rink. I wonder if it's done, because that was like a whole thing if you don't remember me talking about it. How the NHL commissioner or whatever, he was like pretty much like, if it's not done, I'm not sending my guys. So apparently they're doing really good on it, I guess. If fucking the rosters are being announced and NHL players are going over there. Another Sharks player going. My guy Wenberg from the Sharks is on Team Sweden. Was so surprised. No shade. No shade to Wenny. I love him. But William Eklund, was he not an option? Was his name not brought up in conversation? Like, I'm just kind of confused on that, because the man's been killing it. The man has been killing it while Smitty's been out. So I was a little confused on that end, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a girl. If it was up to me, things would have been a little bit different. So that's that on the Olympics. I didn't watch the Winter Classic in Florida, where it was the Panthers versus the Rangers, although I know the Rangers smoked the Panthers. And I'm actually kind of mad at Role Model for not bringing Brad Marchand up as the Sally during Sally when the wine runs out. I mean, I get they wanted an excuse to have the fucking cup up there, but like, oh my god, I don't know, stupid. And also Brad Marchand is on the Panthers too, so when they would have brought the cup up, whatever. Yeah, that happened. I did go to see the Sharks play against Minnesota on New Year's Eve. And boy, was that a crazy game. I went by myself because it's a midday game, so I was able to just get back. Like, I got back to where I live around like 6:30. So it wasn't that bad. But I went up, and during warm-ups, I sat next to Askroff's family. Interesting. They were very, very sweet. I was a little too starstruck to talk to them too much, but I just said, your son's doing really good. And they're just like, no, thank you. I don't think they speak very much English, but that was really cool. And then also this was like the day after Macklin was announced that he was going to be on Team Canada's roster. So everyone was just super pumped about that. And it was Quinn Hughes' first time playing on Minnesota in San Jose. So I wanted to see Quinn Hughes, and I would love to take a trip, a journey even, into that man's brain, or like just his head while he's on the ice, because there's always like the, like he's been possessed by a ghost, or he just looks dead inside, like jokes that people make. In person, like, he really just does look like he is kind of spacing out, but he's like actively playing, but he just looks like he's like not even there. And yeah, and then we went into double OT. We went into a shootout, which was also insane. I literally was telling the lady sitting next to me, like, Macklin, I want to go home. I need to drive home. Like, can you guys fucking win or lose? But then him and Eki delivered, and it was great. And then I got to go home, and it was a really, really good game. The energy was immaculate. I got put onto the Jumbotron. I did not like that. I think it's just literally because of where I was sitting right next to where, like, if you've ever watched a Sharks game, and there's like the shark head that comes out. I don't know if they don't show that on TV, I don't think. But the shark head comes down, and then the players come out. I sat by that little area. So I got to see the Sharks when they were from the behind going through the Sharks head. So that was very, very swaggy, very, very cool. And that was just overall great way to end my year. I mean, a Sharks win is always a good thing to celebrate. The last 2 games I've gone to, they've won, which were Minnesota, like I'm talking about right now. But then before that, I went to see them play against the Flames, which is also an insane game. So good. 49ers were there. I got to see Kittle and Purdy. It was amazing. And yeah, I mean, this year's has not turned out to be a good start for the Sharks. We got our asses handed to us in playing against Tampa, but we got some really good fights out of it. We gotta protect our baby shark, sucks that Smitty's still out. I read that he's not going to be back until like the end of this month. So not doing good. But hopefully he's recovering well. I mean, the man remembered his password for Instagram, so he went and posted on there. And I think he got so bored that he also started doing cameos, which I was going to purchase one, but he's charging $215 for a cameo. And I love Will Smith, hockey player. Not enough to spend $200 on him, even though I do have a Smith jersey that was over 200. You know what I mean. I'm not going to spend money on a video from him, even though I did have a really funny concept for it, which I will not share just in case I ever do decide to just bite the bullet and buy one. If he's still going to do them when he like is recovered and back playing. But I'll keep that to myself just in case. I think the last couple of things I just want to talk about before we wrap up today's episode, it will be short and sweet just because the next up one's going to be like a whole production going over when I mentioned the Miracle on Ice game. But heated rivalry. If you followed me on TikTok, you would have seen all of the TikToks that I was making during the last like 2 episodes of Heated Rivalry. So, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to start with. If you want to hear me talk about the books and the show more, actually, there's an episode out on the Hockey Princesses podcast where she and I just yapped for like an hour and a half about anything and everything having to do with Heated Rivalry / the Game Changers universe. And we even touched on Off Campus a little bit too in there, but it was mostly Heated Rivalry and Game Changers. So I will go ahead and put a link to that in the description of the YouTube video, and then also have it in my highlights on the Instagram page for the show. It was such a fun time. I mean, it's always a fun time talking to her, but it was super fun just to get out all the thoughts that I've literally been just like storing in my head, like how a bear stores food for the winter. Like, ooh, it was so good. I hope all of us have left the cottage by now, because the boys need their privacy back. But if you're still at the cottage, just make sure you clean up after yourself. And also make sure you text or you knock before you go into any rooms. Please and thank you. I feel like even though the show is obviously like first season's over, it just is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I also did start the Ember and Ice series on Quinn. If you don't know what Quinn is, it's like an audio erotica app where they get celebrities, a male and I believe also a female too. They do, I think, have female ones too. And they, it's kind of like audiobooks, but like sexy. And Hudson Williams and Connor Story are doing a Quinn original called Ember and Ice, where they're playing, I don't remember their names, but they're playing like 2 rivalry. It's another rivalry thing. It's kind of like Romeo and Juliet, I think. I don't know. I just know that I liked it. I've listened to episodes 1 and 2 so far. I actually listened to them on the way to the fucking Minnesota and Sharks game. But episode 3 came out and I haven't listened to it yet, but I will. Probably when I'm doing laundry later. So I'm in love with that. I'm in love with these 2 men and like the content that they're producing. And I need to see more of Hudson's short films, and I need to see the movie that Connor was just in. Oh my gosh, it's called like April or something like that. I don't remember, but I really want to watch that because the premise of it seems very interesting. But yeah, so it's it's just only gotten bigger. The actress, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry, that plays Svetlana was just on the Empty Netters podcast, and I know that they said that Hudson and Connor were going to be on it too. So I'm super, super fucking excited for that episode. Maybe if they like podcasts, they could come onto my podcast. But I am just a nobody. So maybe not, probably not. But yeah, I'm super, super excited about that. I just am so happy that we're going to be getting more. And Jacob Tierney, you take your time with making sure everything is good, but also hurry up a little bit too, please. Thank you. Love you. Also, can you release more like behind the scenes bloopers content, maybe like uncut episodes, maybe deleted scenes, maybe something, I don't know. They are keeping us fed with like little like scene reaction videos on YouTube and stuff. So we're getting fed, but I want more. And maybe that's greedy of me, but I don't care. Yeah. Lots to look forward to this year. One of my New Year's goals was to elevate the show a little bit more. So I've been running some ideas with a coworker of mine. And he has had some really good ones. I am going to hopefully have a new logo designed for the show, because as much as we love the simplicity of the black background with the neon sign lettering saying Hot Girls on Hockey, it's a little boring, too kind of minimalistic for me. So I want something fun but also really like just kind of cute and cunty. So look forward to that. Look forward to me fixing this sign behind me for the video watchers. And yeah, I really want to just put a lot more effort. Not that I wasn't putting effort into the show last year, but a lot more this year, more so. And kind of elevate this to see what exactly I can even take this show to do. Because I do the show for fun. I've always said that. And I will always, only do this for fun because, I have a job in my non-hockey life, even though I do talk about hockey a lot during that job, just because people know that I like hockey, so they come up and talk to me about it. But I want to just see, how far I can take this show, to what heights can I take it to. So look forward to that and be on that journey with me if you would like. But yeah, so that will be it for today's episode. Like I said, short and sweet, just a little taster to get the new year started. Next week's episode will be the Miracle on Ice video / episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It does help out a lot. If you're listening to this on Spotify, please make sure to give the show a good rating. Also, if you would like, you can follow me on TikTok. It's at HGLHpod, or at the show's Instagram page, which is at Hot Girls Learn Hockey. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.